So to say that the speakers that are here tonight are inspiring is probably an understatement. Every single speaker is here because they're coming to share their story with you and a different perspective, I guess, on belonging and what belonging means to them. So without acceptance, and that word has already been mentioned 5 times already, and we've only been here about 15 minutes. So without acceptance, it's true to say that there is no belonging. And our first 2 speakers who will be sharing the stage, there's that sharing thing again, so I'm pleased to hear that, are the wonderful Aimee, Challenor and Lee-Anne Lawrence. And they're campaigning for change. So their incredible work on the LGBTIQA and Greens Committee demonstrates their commitment to making sure that each of us is accepted for who we are. So please welcome Aimee and Lee-Anne. Thank you.
Okay, apparently I have to introduce us. So let's see if I can flip this through. Nope, that's the wrong way. Great start. So yeah, I'm Aimee, this is Lee-Anne. We're going to be talking about belonging in LGBTIQA+ campaigning. So to introduce us, I'm the chair of LGBTIQA+ Greens and the Equalities LGBTIQA spokesperson for the Green Party. I'm also a trustee of Coventry Pride and I write for the Huffington Post and I support the Hufflepuff House.
I'm Lee-Anne, my pronouns are they and them. I'm the deputy chair of the LGBTIQA+ Greens, graphic designer, comic artist, and I'm out as non-binary and standing in the local elections.
And just to mention, you can get involved on Twitter using the tags at the bottom. So we've both worked on a number of campaigns, both separately and together. So I'll let Lee-Anne lead on the X My Passport.
I started a petition called #KissMyPassport because at the moment passports only allow you to display the markers M or F for your gender. And gender is a spectrum and diverse and complicated and not everyone fits into those 2 categories. So I started a petition to try and get the government to consider adding that to passports because other countries already do that. And it's had some good involvement on Twitter, it still needs a bit more, so help, please. And I'm also involved in Everyday Cis Sexism, which is a campaign to point out when generally businesses are not including non-binary people or are assuming that everyone is cis and not trans. I also led Asexual Awareness Week in 2015 for the LGBTIQ Greens at that time, and that was a really successful campaign.
So some of the ones I've worked on is Transport for London, introducing gender-neutral announcements. Start of November last year, I had a issue on the Oyster helpline, and I made a Facebook post about it, as most teenagers do, I guess. And someone said, I should email one of our members of the London Assembly. So raised it with them, who raised it with the Mayor of London. And as a result of raising it with the appropriate people, Transport for London have now scrapped gender-specific announcements on their underground and buses. So they're making all their announcements gender-neutral and inclusive. Another campaign I've worked on is Let Valerie Remain. Valerie is a gay man from Cameroon who lives in Coventry and a very active part of Coventry's LGBTIQA community. The Home Office wanted to deport him to Cameroon, where he would have faced imprisonment for being gay. Worked with the local community, local pride, local support groups, and in November last year the Home Office lost in court and he has leave to remain. So we actually saved someone probably for their life.
Okay, so I guess this is the part about campaigning, and I think the campaigns that we've already talked about briefly, we've found quite a lot of a sense of belonging within those causes and the people that you meet who also believe in the same things as you. So if you're interested in campaigning for something, you need to find an issue that you believe strongly in, because if it's something you're not interested in, you're not going to bother. And then you need to either find an organisation or make your own organisation, and that can be as simple as starting a Twitter account and building from there. You don't need to be an expert business person or be the trust, like make a trust or anything. You just start simple and build on it, because if people believe in the same things that you do, they'll be drawn to you and they'll help you, and they might offer to help, and then you'll have a group of people that you can rely on to help you with your campaign.
Yeah, so to follow on from that, it's really important that you don't take everything on alone. It's very easy, very quick to lead on to overload and to feel like you're being buried under all the work, all the potential stress of pushing on this issue. Which is also important then to learn when to say no. Because if you've got 5 different things coming at you at once, that doesn't help. So learn to say no, learn to say, hey, can you help me with this? And certainly in my work, that's something I'm still learning, but also I would hope getting better at and reaching out for help when I need it to help others. I think a really key part in getting any campaign movement is media, because that's how you get your reach out. So I would always say start local. Yes, getting out on the BBC or the Daily Mail would be nice, but it's not practical. If you start local as a local issue, then your local papers, your local BBC, etc. are going to want to be involved. They're going to want to be seen supporting a local campaign. It works for them, it works for you. Look at article sites, things like the Huffington Post, which allows people to go and blog for them. If it's a really hard-hitting campaign, they would love to get traffic on their site. So they're going to let you have that space to talk about your campaign. I'll let you, Lee, carry on now.
So for us, specialist press websites are quite important, and for your specific interests, maybe you'll know about places that you can go. We go to places like Pink News, Gay Star News, there's a few of them about. And then follow up with, check back, keep checking back, contact them again, ask them to do something else, because you can't just blast your message once, you have to continuously blast it over and over again so that people pay attention.
I think following up is especially important if you've only sent a press release via email. Many of us do it because news organisations, especially for larger ones, get a lot. So if you send a press release out by email and then you phone up a reporter to say, hey, just sent you this press release, would you like to talk about it? Helps them get a bit more context and it stands out. So these are some of the key areas where we found belonging in solidarity, purpose and support. And I'll let Lee-Anne lead before I take on.
So I guess for us in the LGBT community, solidarity is an important thing, and also within the Green Party, not everyone is LGBT, and the ones that aren't are generally supportive as well. And that's meant a lot, I think, for my mental health, is having people around who either understand or acknowledge that there's something difficult and that you're going to be struggling at times, but they're there for you, and that's really important. Purpose has been great because I don't know about everyone else, but for me, if I don't have a purpose, I'm not doing anything, I feel like I'm wasting my time, and I feel like I'm doing good things, and that's what campaigning can do for you. As well as you doing good things for other people, it gives back.
And I think not only are these things good for us and yourselves as campaigners, they're good things to keep in mind in your campaigns as well. So what is the purpose of your campaign? Where are you going to get your support? Where is your campaign going to get that solidarity? So I think without further ado, that's everything from us. want to give a massive shout out to Alice for organising BelongCon. You know, please consider donating to help further BelongCon events, and Lee-Anne has a sign available tonight on the store at the back. Feel free to find us in breaks or afterwards, ask us questions, get in touch with us on social media, all the usual things.
And thank you for coming out. Our presentation has been brief but hopefully helpful, and hope you understand how campaigning can help you as well as your communities. And I also feel that BelongCon has been a great campaign and will hopefully go on to help lots of people.